This is G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, Skysweeper jet with air raid. Now obviously this set is a redeco of several elements, the vehicle being a G.I. Joe redeco of the Cobra firebat. Um, and the figure is I think a redeco of the Resolute Duke. I don't have the Resolute Duke yet. I'm waiting for the set to go on clearance, but I think it's got relatively the same. I think it's got the same body and weapons. It just has a different head mold, head sculpt. Um, I like this set. I like this. This is interesting for me because I'm really glad that they didn't just do a direct repaint of stuff and they mix mash them and put them in one set. For instance, the firebat, the mold was taken from the firebat, but the entire vehicle does have some modifications which Hasbro has put in, which I'm very pleased that they did. The figure, as I said, has a new head mold and not entirely just a repaint of the Resolute Duke. The figure also comes with a helmet, the Resolute Duke helmet, which is wait, let me just show this off right here. The helmet is actually way too big for the head. It just barely clears the eyes. Where the eye holes should be, it barely clears it on that head. So I thought it would be much better used with another figure. I put it onto the City Strike Duke, which I've put inside the Mantis. If you've seen my earlier review of the Mantis, I've chosen the City Strike Duke as perhaps the better figure to pilot the craft. And I think it's only fair that the helmet, which originally belonged to a Duke figure, be brought back and used by a Rise of Cobra Duke. So I think it looks better on the City Strike Duke in this situation. And it looks good because he's piloting the Mantis. He's going to need a breathing apparatus since this is an underwater craft. I'll probably have to look for another helmet for air raid, which will probably fit him better. But in the meantime, he doesn't have a helmet right now. Okay, it also comes with guns, the Resolute Duke guns, I think. The figure also comes with a parachute pack, which was originally, when this thing was packed, the parachute was on his tummy. But I rotated it and put it on his back because I don't know, I like the parachute to be on his back. It's a very good repaint or redeco. It's an indigo sort of camouflage, which I like. Very nice indeed. And I'm very pleased with this figure, the way they've decked him out. Okay, so let me put him inside the cockpit. He fits snugly inside the cockpit. I don't have the new firebat with AVAC, so I don't really know if AVAC fits snugly in, but this figure fits very well inside the firebat. There are no controls that I can see. I'm not exactly sure why. I think the firebat could have been controlled from the helmet. I'm not sure, but in the absence of controls, I've had air raid hold his guns inside the cockpit. Okay, cockpit closes very well, and it is a sort of a bluish gray repaint of the firebat with a lot of added modifications. For instance, if you noticed already, well, the wings still do the delta gimmick, but the weapon systems have changed. The missiles, the long missiles are still the same, and the short missiles on the outer wings are the same, but where another pair of short missiles used to be, it's now been replaced with these guns, huge guns with firing missiles. I'm not going to fire them now, but they do fire, they do launch with a fair amount of strength, which is very nice. The other obvious modification that they've done with this vehicle is that they've given it some skis as landing gear. This one in particular has Gatling guns, whereas the original firebat had wheels folded up here on top of the wings. Also, you will notice there is an intake manifold or an intake assembly for this particular vehicle, whereas the original firebat merely had fins onto the inner wings. If you remove the wings, they are easily removable. You can still do that engine opening gimmick, which the firebat originally had. Nothing too spectacular about that, but I'm just very thrilled with the way they've incorporated the engines, or the intake manifold for the engines on this new vehicle. So very nice. You get the best of the original firebat vehicle with some tricked out accessories and modifications to it. So very nice indeed. I mean, if you haven't gotten a firebat and you missed out on it, this is a fairly decent substitute for that vehicle mode, and I highly recommend this vehicle set. What else? The underside is painted white, at least the fuselage, this part of the fuselage. The intakes have been painted with white halfway through and on the rim. One word of caution: if you are looking for this set and you find more than one on the shelf, make sure you choose one with a very decent paint application, because I've seen some that had overlapping paint apps here and there, as well as here and there. I mean, even mine has a little bit of some jagged edge on the paint, but it's understandable. The surface of the mold of the manifold is a little bit rough with all the rivets, and I guess it was very hard to actually paint straight lines on it because of the rivets. But other than that, it's a fairly decent redeco. I mean, if you put it on the shelf, you'll hardly notice it. So just be wary of that when you're looking for one. This one has already been on. This one I got on clearance here in Manila, and it used to be $20. I got it for $10 now, so it's a very decent price for it. So very nice. I'm very glad I got it. I wasn't going to get it, but when it went on clearance, I'm glad I did. This is probably going to be hung and not placed on a shelf. I'm probably going to hang it with nylon or strings or something like that. But very nice indeed. I'm very pleased with this figure, in this vehicle set. So there, very nice. The G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra Skysweeper jet with air raid pilot. I hope this video has been very helpful to many of you who are still undecided on this set. I hope it makes your decision on this one easier. There you have it. Thanks for watching.